and welcome to WiseLink Academy. Today we'll be looking into geometric construction, right? So an aspect, let's just start this way. As you can see the question in front of you. Find graphically, right, the circumference of a circle of diameter 70 millimeter and check the result by calculation. Normally, mathematically, if I am told to find the circumference of a circle, which we all know are what? 2 pi r, right? So if I calculate that, whatever I'm having as my answer must be equal to or slightly equal to what I'll be having in my construction here. You get to understand what I'm saying. Let's start this way. And the first task say, whenever you hear the word graphically, draw horizontal line this way, right? This horizontal line this way. The next task now is to draw a vertical line upward. Just stand the vertical line upward this way, right? So as you can see, we are having 70 diameter, so I'll measure what? 35 from this point here to this point, 35, right? So I'll place it at this point, strike an arc here, and bring it at this point, draw the circle, right? So make sure this part here is thickened. As you can see, I do not really need that other part. I need this part here. So make sure it is well thickened. Do you know why? Because we need that diameter. So half of circle is diameter. So this is what we need here, half of a circle, right? So my next task here is to draw a vertical line to create a reasonable center point. Long one, short one, long one, short one, long one, short one. I have this here. So I can easily call this my point what? My point O, right? My point O. And then my point O. Now my next task now is to just follow the procedure. Take this man here from this point to this point, right? Take that measurement. Let me call this point my point A. Right? Let me call this my point A prime. A prime, right? Take the measurement of what? A and A prime. Right? So take it this way. Strike an arc here. 1, right? 2, and lastly 3. I have this, right? So let me call this my point 1, my point 2, and my point 3. So my next task here is to measure the radius of let's say this O, let's say this is what? P. So measure the radius of what? OP this way, from this point here to this point, OP, right? Then strike an arc at this point, an arc here at this point. I call this my point what? R. My point R. So I will draw a line that will perpendicular, so such that it will form 90 degrees. So from this point here to this point, draw a thick line this way. So I can just call this point my point what? My point B. B is perpendicular to this line here. So similarly, the last thing I will do here is to draw a line that will pass through 3 and that point B this way, right? So I will draw line this way, make sure it's thickened. Thicken the line. I have this. So if I calculate my circumference, right, my answer must be equal to the measurement here, or perhaps nearly equal to. It might not be exactly the answer I will get. So let me measure this first. From this point here to this point, I have what? Let's see, this is 25, sorry, 21, 20, 25, yes, 27. So I'm having 27, right? I'm having 27. That is 27, right? So approximately 270 millimeter, 27 centimeter, or perhaps 270 millimeter. So I can just do that with my lettering. See, I can just using my calculator. That's our next challenge. So we know that circumference of a circle is equal to what? 2 pi r. That becomes 2 times 22 over 7, right? Multiplied by what? Diameter there is what? 70, right? So I'm going to use radius there. That becomes for that 70 divided by 2, I have 55. So multiply by 35. I have 220. By calculation, I have 220. So they are what? They are somehow close, right? But not exactly what we're having. So that is what we're asked to do. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Wild Academy.